Hello everyone, I'm Luisa Fernanda Arce, and today I'm going to share with you a comparison between the culture of the United Kingdom and my own culture, Colombia. We'll explore traditions, values, and societal norms and see how these cultural elements shape the way people live and communicate. The purpose of this presentation is to explore our similarities and differences and why they reveal about how people live, communicate, and think. By the end, I hope you see how culture shapes identity and maybe even notice some habits we share. So let's start by getting to know the UK before moving into the comparisons. The United Kingdom, located in northwestern Europe, is made up of England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. It is well known for its rich history, distinctive traditions such as afternoon tea, and iconic landmarks like Big Ben and Tower Bridge. The UK's culture has been shaped by centuries of monarchy, a global influence, and a strong sense of heritage. My culture, the Colombian culture, reflects a vibrant mix of indigenous, Spanish, and African influences. It is recognized for its warmth, hospitality, colorful festivals like the Barranquilla Carnival, and a sense of community and family ties. In this presentation, I will bring up the traditions, values, and societal norms of both the UK and Colombia. And I will highlight their similarities and differences and reflect on what this reveal about how people live and interact in each society. In the United Kingdom, key celebrations include St. Patrick's Day and St. George's Day, honoring patron saints, the Bonfire Night, marking the Gunpowder Plot, and Christmas Days and Boxing Day in December, both centered on tradition and family. In Colombia, important dates highlight independence and faith. Independence Day and the Battle of Boyacá recall the fight for freedom, while the Feast of Immaculate Conception and Christmas Day reflect strong Catholic traditions. So, comparing both countries, while the UK emphasizes history, events, and regional patron saints, Colombia blends its independence history with deep rooted religious celebrations. And in both countries, Christmas is a major family tradition. In the UK, Shakespearean theatre has shaped literature and the English language, while events like the Glastonbury Festival bring together music and performing arts on a global scale. In Colombia, culture comes alive through music and dance. Salsa in Cali and its Feria de Cali, the UNESCO recognized Barranquilla Carnival, and Vallenato in Valledupar keep traditions vibrant. So now, comparing both countries, the UK focuses on theater and large festivals, while Colombia celebrates through lively community-centered music and dance, both preserving identity through the arts. In the UK, everyday customs include afternoon tea, introduced in the 1840s by the Duchess of Bedford, which developed into a social tradition still enjoyed today. Seasonal celebration feature Christmas crackers invented in 1847 by Tom Smith, which are part of many holiday meals. In Colombia, the Novena de Aguinaldos, held from December 16th to the 24th, involves prayers, carols, and traditional foods shared among family and friends. Also, the Holiday Week procession in Popayan, recognized by UNESCO, date back to the 16th century and feature ornate religious floats carried through the city. So now both countries maintain customs and traditions that reflect their history, values, and community. Um, though the themes and expressions vary according to their cultural context. In the UK, key values often highlighted include democracy, the rule of law, individual liberty, and mutual respect and tolerance for those with different beliefs. These principles are promoted through education and reflected in public life, encouraging fairness and participation in society. In Colombia, cultural values emphasize family solidarity, respect for elders, and a strong sense of community loyalty. Pride in national identity, optimism, and resilience are also central, along with preference for structure and respect for social hierarchy. So, comparing both countries, while the UK's values focus on civic principles and rights within a democratic framework, Colombia's values highlight interpersonal relationships, respect, and community bonds. Both, however, guide social behavior and reflect the historical and cultural context in which they developed. In the UK, societal norms emphasize order, politeness, and respect for personal space. Handshakes are the usual greeting in normal settings. Cues are respected as a sign of fairness, and modesty in conversation is appreciated. Humor, often dry or self deprecating, is also a distinctive part of daily interactions. In Colombia, norms highlight warmth, expressiveness, hospitality is central. Visitors are welcomed with coffee or tinto, and small gifts are common. Dining etiquette includes saying buen provecho before meals and keeping hands visible at the table. Um, Conversations often involve affectionate language, close proximity, and gestures, reflecting a highly relational culture. So, comparing both countries, while the UK tends to value reserved behavior and structured etiquette, Colombia emphasizes expressive communication and close social bonds. Both sets of norms reflect cultural values about how people connect and show respect. When looking at the UK and Colombia, we can find some interesting similarities. Both countries give importance to daily rituals around drinks. In the UK, it's afternoon tea, and in Colombia, it's afternoon tinto. In both cases, it's not only about the drink, but about pausing to share time and conversation. Both societies also value traditions that strengthen identity, celebrate togetherness through national holidays, and emphasize respect and politeness in social life. At the same time, there are clear differences. In terms of traditions, the UK celebrate with things like Christmas crackers, while Colombia is known for religious and family centered events such as the Novena de Aguinaldos and Holy Week processions. In values, the UK highlights democracy, the rule of law, and tolerance, while Colombia emphasizes family solidarity, respect for elders, and loyalty to the community. And in societal norms, the UK is often more reserved and structured with great respect for personal space and order. For example, in queuing. By contrast, Colombians are more expressive and hospitable with closer personal interactions. Working on this project really helped me understand how traditions, values, and social norms shape who we are, both in the UK and in Colombia. I noticed clear differences, but also some interesting similarities, like how both cultures have everyday rituals and with drinks that bring people together, whether it's tea or tinto. I also realized that learning about culture isn't just about knowing customs, it connects directly to language learning and teaching. because comparing English speaking cultures with our own helps us develop intercultural competence and communicate so much better. So for me, the main takeaway is that culture and language go hand in hand. And by looking at both, we can grow in respect, awareness, and how we connect with people from different backgrounds. Thank you so much for watching. Here are the references.